morning. Welcome back to A Country Boy Can Cook, an old dude production. What do we got cooking today? Yeah, you can see some of the ingredients. Yellow cake mix, box cake mix, some eggs, some cinnamon. We're going to make a cinnamon roll loaf. You could do it in a cake pan, but I'm going to do it on a loaf pan. Sure you got it already. Got it already buttered and everything. As a matter of fact, let's start with this. Because I love cinnamon rolls. They're full of a whole lot of fat. This will have some fat, but not as bad as the ones you go buy. Get the camera down so you can see. I'm going to take and put a little bit of sugar in here. Both pan is buttered. I want to kind of have a sweet cinnamon. That's not a word. Sweet cinnamon. How's that? Sweet cinnamon flavor on the outside of the bread. What I'm going to do is just take and go around the edges with this. Make sure it kind of gets all stuck to the sides. Now I may be whipping myself for doing this. I've never done this. It's all new to me. I'm hoping this non-stick will hold a barrier. You can see it's pretty well coated. What am I going to do with this leftover? I've got some melted butter. I'll show you what I'm going to use that for and what we're going to use this right here for. So this melted butter is going to get more cinnamon. What my thinking is, you know, in the middle of the cinnamon roll, it's got that swirl. Of course, those are cinnamon rolls totally done different. I used to make them. My only restaurant that I ever worked for was a place called Grandy's. Home cooking. Yeah, I fit just fine. I was a manager. But as a manager, I had to learn to make everything. So I put more butter and sugar in here. Let's get something to stir this up with. And we made cinnamon rolls with yeast bread. Made the bread one afternoon. And as a manager, I had to do everything, from dishwashing. I had to know it all, and took a test before I could become a manager. So roll out the yeast dough the next morning. These beads died. It was about a full day process. It had risen overnight. Roll it out flat. Put cinnamon and sugar on it and butter. Roll it up into a big giant log. And cut it. They had a little deal that marked perfect lines and cut it into cinnamon rolls. And then we put that back on trays that were buttered. I think they were used some kind of a butter flavored shortening, if I remember right. I don't know the name of it. It wasn't real butter, but it tastes like butter. And then you put those on there, and then you put them in the proofer, and they would rise up again, and then you baked them. So I've made plenty of cinnamon rolls in my life, but I ain't going that much trouble. If I want a cinnamon roll that bad, I have to go to all that trouble. I just go across the street to Southern Make Donuts. They have really good ones. But I want to make this cake or a loaf and see how it turned out, just as a curiosity to the old dude. It's pretty simple. I'm going to follow the instructions of this yellow cake mix. It's 3 eggs, half a cup of oil, 1 cup of water. So I'm not using water. I'm going to use some good old milk. So I always do my wet ingredients first. So there's 1 cup. Do a Boy Scout cup, never fails. Which y'all can't see, I could be pouring it on top of my cutting board, you wouldn't know. It's early. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. All right, how's that? That's better. I film everything myself. I don't have an assistant. And I don't have a test kitchen, anything like that. So anyway, it gets half a cup. Am I saying that right? Yeah, half a cup of oil. So half of this Boy Scout drinking cup is 1/2 a cup. It is a 1 cup container. Mixture with the milk. I'm just going to stir this around a little bit, mix it in. I may adjust it a little bit. I don't know how it's going to come out as far as it's thick or thin, but I want it pretty thick. I'm sorry. Well, I can't talk this morning. And my voice is not there. I have not even had my coffee. I want this pretty runny. I want to be able to pour it. I don't. So we'll see what it turns out like. May have to add a little bit more milk. Nah, I think it's going to be fine. And once I start pouring this, you'll understand why I made this cinnamon sugar butter slurry. Well, it smells good. And now I'm just going to mix this by hand. I don't want to get the mixer out. I've got a stand mixer. I very seldom ever use it, but not that there's anything wrong with it. I think it's getting pretty good. It's thick enough that it'll stand up a little bit. And I can still pour it out. I've got the oven preheated at 300 degrees. I think it says 350 or something on the box, but it doesn't. There's no recommendations for a loaf pan. So because of that, you want to cook it slower so it'll be done on the inside and not burn the outside. See if I can do this without shot blocking you. So I'm going to pour a little bit of it in. Yeah, it's doing good. That's about the right consistency I was hoping for. Just have to switch hands here to make so I don't make too big of a mess. I'm good at that. So what I'm going to do is just shuffle this around. Then, yeah, this is where the cinnamon and sugar and butter come in. And it's cooled down. So I'm going to run a couple of lines over the top, just kind of drizzle it along. This may turn out to be the biggest disaster. Well, I'm going to have to block you, but maybe you can see if I get it high enough here. I'm going to pour the rest of the batter on top of it. I'm just not strong enough in my right arm to do that. I was talking to my representative on my insurance yesterday. It's been this coming November will be 3 years since I went in the hospital with my heart event, as they call it. All right. So I'm going to pat this down. I'm gonna swirl the top around to make sure that everything's covered. The rest of my sugar, cinnamon, butter slurry. I bet you know what I'm doing with this. Not going to take all of it, but it'll take close. How's this for doing a cake with a 62-year-old knife I made? It works tirelessly for me. It butters my biscuits in the morning, it cuts bread, it does it all. It still works. So I'm just gonna, let me get down here closer. I'm just gonna go through here. You can see when you do this, it makes little chevrons on top. And then I'm gonna take and swirl. My thinking is that this bottom layer that's pretty now. Let's hope it bakes up really fat and pretty. And it's got swirls of butter and cinnamon and sugar all swirled through it. We're sure gonna find out. It'll probably be about 35 or 40 minutes. I've got the oven preheated at 300. I'm gonna put it in and I'll bring y'all back in a little bit after I get it out of the oven. Crap, I forgot my eggs. Well, boys and girls, I went to put this in the oven and I looked back over and I thought, well, I'll fix me an egg while I'm waiting. Yeah, I forgot to put the eggs in the mixture. No wonder it was so thick. Well, so what is an old dude gonna do? I've got another box mix in there. I ain't gonna waste this. Let's see if we recover it. So it ain't gonna be as pretty as I thought, but I'm gonna dump it back in. It's gonna have a lot of cinnamon off the side for sure. See that? Sorry. All right. So it takes 3 eggs. The 3 eggs I forgot to crack and put in here. I told y'all it's early. I'm not having my coffee. I'm not even thinking straight. All I was thinking about is getting this baked and having it with a cup of coffee. All right. So can we get these eggs to mix up in this mixture? Well, we're going to find out because I'm going to show you. I just got a feeling this is going to be a failure, a deluxe failure. If it is, I'll have to do it another different time, and I ain't doing it this morning. But I'll bring you back for the good and the bad and the ugly. I love that theme song. I listen to it all the time. Matter of fact, I'll play just a little bit of it so I don't get in trouble. But there's a ukulele, Great Britain Ukulele Orchestra, I think it's the name of it. And everything's ukuleles. The main stars of it is. And they play the good and the bad, the theme song, the good, and bad, the ugly. Well, it's incorporated. Got a lot more structure now. The eggs are in it. And it's definitely going to rise. It's not going to have the swirls like I thought it was going to do. No chevrons. But I'm going to try something different on that. Now it looks like it's filled the container. I kept thinking, boy, it just doesn't look very full. Maybe it's going to rise. Oh well. I know it'll bake, but I'm just not sure what it's going to bake up into. All right. So I've got a little bit more of this butter, cinnamon, very little. Ain't a whole lot in there. It's cooling off. It's what you call good to the last drop here. All right. Can't believe I did that at burning. So how am I gonna mix this in? I got a chopstick. Well, it ain't as pretty. But boys and girls, it's gonna have to do. The old dude thinking outside the box. Well, because he wasn't thinking in the box this morning. All right, going into the oven for, I'll set the alarm probably for 25 minutes and check it. It's not going to be ready. I know that for sure. It's probably going to take 40 minutes to cook. It may cook like a lopsided mushroom or something. All this screwing up I've done. I always say, you know, you don't have to follow the rules sometimes, but you do need to follow the instructions. So let's see what happens. I'll see y'all back here in about 30 minutes after I've had my coffee and I get awake. But I'd come back here. It's got 20 more minutes. I'm fixing my breakfast. You can hear the air fryer. I making me some cinnamon toast. I'm hungry for some cinnamon. And I've got some eggs. My eggs that, you noticed there was 5 a while ago. Now there's 3 on my griddle. And yes, I don't have a problem with eggs. My labs all came back fine. My cholesterol's good, all of that. So I eat about the same thing every morning. Just, I mean, sometimes I'll eat scrambled eggs and I'll throw a jalapeno pepper in there with them. I like it scorched and blackened on the outside. If you don't know how that happens, I'll do a video on that. Those are so good. Anyway, I'm just getting ready to eat while this other is going on. I got my coffee. I'm getting awake now. But I just want to tell everybody thank you for being here for my channel here. I really appreciate it. I hope that I give some just, if it's just a little bit of incentive to people that's had strokes or heart attacks or, you know, been through a traumatic time in their life, that you can go on. Yeah, I'm 72. You know, as I always say, keep on keeping on. And I mean, let's see, this coming November will be 3 years since I went in the hospital, almost died. Spent a couple of months in the hospital and rehab, came home in a wheelchair. I could walk about 6 or 7 feet on a walker, and that was it. And I refused that. I just said, you know, I've been running the hills and the bogs and the mud, the lakes, and you know, that's just been me my whole life. I'm an outdoors person. You know, worked as a hunting and fishing guide, and had a landscaping company, so I love the outdoors. I can't be there anymore, but I'm not giving up anyway. That's why I do my little garden back there. It's kind of like the outdoors. And there'll be times here pretty soon I'll be going out the lake to go fishing. So, but anyway, I just hope I give some little bit of incentive to someone that watches this, or that you maybe know that's been through some trials and tribulations, and you know, send him my video and say, hey, here's an old dude, you know, just watch him. You know, don't tell him he might get some ideas, or she or whoever, you know, but we can all learn from watching. So anyway, I'm gonna get my eggs flipped over here, and let me get my toast out. French bread, get it out here. show you my toast. So there it is. There you can see it. Anyway, it's a big old loaf about 2 foot long. Every day I just slice off a little thin or thick or whatever I need for a sandwich, and it's always fresh, and it's 99 cents. And I understand that there's days you can go in and catch it. It's a day old and it's 50 cents. You know, problem me, if they have it, I'm going to buy it, because I buy 3 loaves of it. One goes in the fridge until I start using it. The other to go in the freezer. And I just rotate them into the fridge, and then as I use about half of it, I just leave it out on the counter, and it does fine. So anyway, I'm going to get to my breakfast, and bring you back here in a little bit when this beautiful, beautiful, wonderful cinnamon roll loaf comes out. We'll see. But I'll bring you back, Fred. It baked. How about that? I don't want it to cool off very much because I don't want the sides to stick. Well, I tested it with a toothpick. Actually, a shish kebab skewer, bamboo skewer. Well, I think it's going to release on the outside. Well, there's one of my fears. I don't have to worry about it. Looks like it's going to release just fine. I'm going to get it out of here before it sticks, of course. Put this down here. This is always the fun part. Yeah, not as in funny. Not as in fun, but it's going to be fun if it gets out and I don't tear it up. I want to get it up here so it'll cool down so I can put the glaze on it. I'm going to make a donut, powdered sugar donut glaze. I've already got the glaze made, so. Okay, how do I want to do this? Alright. This pan is like really, dad burn, that's hot. So I'm going to just flip it over into my hand. Yeah, it's going to come out okay. Dad burn that. See, I told you that. There, darn, that pan's hot. There she is, and that pan is hot. Oh well, see, I knew. Just take a look at this up close and personal. Well, it did what I thought it was going to do, even though I took some of the cinnamon sugar off the sides, the butter. There's still some there, that's fine. Well, she's a pretty thing. Now, what the inside looks like, I don't know. I wish I'd have not forgot the eggs, had them mixed up, because I think it would have made some pretty swirls inside, but I'll try it again on another one. Let's see what it sounds like. Yeah, it's done. Patting like a little watermelon, yeah. All right, let's let it cool down. Let it cool down. I'll come back and put this right here so you can see it. After it cools down a little bit, I'll come back and put this just a powdered sugar glaze on top that I've mixed up. A little bit of butter, powdered sugar, a little warm water. Welcome back. This cinnamon roll cake, or whatever you want to call it, it's cooled down. It should be ice cold by now. I've been to Wally World. I went to the Sonic to get dollar corn dog. I went to McDonald's on the way to get a dollar drink. Yeah, I'm using my coupons. Took the wife to exercise, picked her back up. Now we're back over here. And it's nice and cool. You get it off this cooling rack. So I've got some glaze. This is just a real simple glaze. It's just, it's thick. I want it to be thick. It's like a donut glaze, cinnamon roll glaze. It's powdered sugar. I use clear vanilla, just a few drops of it to get the powdered sugar taste away. A little bit of butter, and then some hot water to make it thin. Let's get to putting some glaze on this. I'm anxious to take a little bite. I ain't the best glazer in the world, but I sure bet it'll taste good. Funny, when the wife got up this morning, she says, "What is that smell?" I said, "I baked that cinnamon roll cake," whatever you want to call it. She said, "I knew that's what that smell was when I got up." That ought to be good enough, boys and girls. Let that set for a minute. Now the real deal. Let's cut into this. I think the glaze has set long enough. It really needs to set a little bit longer, but I can't wait to taste it, especially after my big debacle this morning. There's another word that I've used before, but I'll be nice. Look who we got over coming in. I could see her back in there. Hello, Cindy.
Hey there. Hi, everybody.
Yeah, too bad she can't have any of this cake. Well, she could have a bite. That's about it.
Just, one bite.
She could have a taste.
Boy.
It's going to be high in sugar for sure.
I'll tell you one thing. This morning when I woke up, I could smell it.
That's what I was saying, that you come down the hall, you knew what I was doing. So
the smell, the cinnamon, it just smelled beautiful. And that's okay.
That's okay.
And the smell had no calories, no sugar,
That's
no
true.
fat.
That's true.
It was beautiful. He is so good.
All right, let's see if I can get a piece of this, because I'm anxious to see what the inside looks like since my major screw up.
Did you tell him?
Oh, of course I did. I keep it true.
He's a good troubleshooter, though.
Well, speaking of that, how's your batteries doing?
How's my what?
Your batteries. She's having.
Oh, let me check.
Are they equal?
75 and 70.
So they're pretty equal.
Yeah, 75 for the left, 70 for the right.
She's had a problem. She wears granny hearing aids. No, they're not granny.
Granny?
She wears hearing aid.
I've had the hearing before I was a granny.
I know, I'm just kidding.
And I'm not really even a granny.
So, but the batteries are non-replaceable. You know, they're
well, no, they're rechargeable.
Yeah, rechargeable, I should say. And one of them keeps going down every evening. By the time we watch a TV set, and we have this thing. What's that thing called on the TV set?
TV play, and it's wonderful.
A TV play. I hooked it to the TV, and it has she can listen to it, turn it up or down on her ears, as I call them, and it doesn't affect how loud I have it or how low I have it. She can be watching, I could have it turned off on my side and not paying attention, but one of the batteries has been going down. So.
And listen, this TV play is the best. I can adjust the clarity of the speech.
And where do we get that?
We got it at my most wonderful audiologist.
Yeah,
Tara.
give Tara not a shameless plug, but a plug because she does so good.
It's Tara Weinberg with Dr. John Moore in Dallas, Texas on Preston Road. And
Really good folks.
she's just a blessing. It's great. This is great, this TV play. I can actually hear everything. Very
All right.
clear. Okay,
What
enough for that.
Can you hear my lips drooling? Let me cut into a slice of this. See what it looks like. I'm this anxious. I'm just going to cut this end piece off here. We're going to do this artistic style. Me holding the camera. I should have recruited her to hold this camera.
Well, you could have asked me.
I should have. Didn't think about it, but I think I got it.
I can be a cameraman.
I've got this special knife that's made just for slicing cakes, rabbits, crow. It don't matter. I've had it so many years it's done everything. Let's see if it'll fall over real easy. Well, it looks good. Looks good. It doesn't have the chevron swirls like I wanted it to have, but it sure looks good, and it smells really good. The smell is incredible. It looks like it has the texture of banana bread. All right, let's see if this is edible. If I fall over, you know, mixing the eggs in later was a big screw up. Bon appetit. Bon appetit. What's that? You hear the little heaven sounds and the little birds are flying around. It's so good. Man, that's like really, really good. Tastes like a cinnamon roll. All right, young lady.
Okay.
No glaze on this one.
Okay. Can I wrap it up inside a...
I'm just going to let you have a bite of it.
Okay.
Now she's trying to take the whole thing all of a
Well, I was
sudden.
going to save it one bite at a time.
Okay, well, I'll get you some.
Okay.
Come over here.
Okay.
I'll get you to see you eat on camera.
Mmm.
Wasn't that good?
Mmm. Mmm.
That's like really scrumptious.
Mmm. Very good. And it's not super sweet, but...
It will be with that glaze on it.
Oh, I know.
As a matter of fact, I'm going to put a little bit of glaze on this and see what it tastes like with the glaze on it.
Good with coffee.
Oh. Yeah, I can see a hot cup of coffee in my future with the glaze. Oh my goodness, that's good. 2 thumbs up. Excellent, excellent. We'll make this recipe and you could screw it up like I did and it'll still turn out good. That's the good part about it. But I think if you do it the first time and put the eggs in it first, lay that on top and make the chevrons, at the end, when you cut into it, you'll be able to see streaks of cinnamon. That's what I was trying to achieve. And I'm going to make this again. I'm not giving up. But it's great tasting.
Bye-bye.
Anything you got to say over there?
Can do what?
I said, anything you got to say over there?
No, I don't. I just said bye-bye.
I told him I'd take it. I went to Sonic to get a corn dog, McDonald's. Went to, I was all over the place this morning. Took you to the Thrive, went and picked you back up for your exercise. So it's when you're old, it's busy. I don't know how we ever did it when we wasn't.
Well, they say to stay active, and I believe that's the key to it.
I believe we're active.
Because there's people there that are in their 80s and 90s, and they look great, they feel good, and I found out they stay active.
I'm 82 and look at me. Is that right?
Yes.
82. You're still holding. Well, sometimes you let me hold you.
Yes.
All right.
He does. I do.
All right. See y'all later. Thanks for being
Bye-bye.
here for my videos.
Take care.
Wind's blowing. The creatures of the night are abroad. And over there in the ruined churchyard, in the ruined church steeple, the cracked bell is being activated by the night breezes. Suddenly I heard the plaintive cry of a young Mexican girl.
All right, my lover?